Yeah, I got a couple questions here. Tree limbs. I've had people tell me what we're going to do with them, and my response has been, okay, does the city mow your grass? You know, we don't do that. You know, we're not you know, I don't see it. You know, if you need your house painted, we're not out there doing that. Those aren't city trees. And Bob, I have no idea. You know, I see that they're down bad in the park. I see they're down bad up by the cemetery, you know, that the city's going to be having their hands full getting some of this cleared. And my question to the council here is, you know, is the city going to be in the tree haul and limb business here, or have the owners of the property where the trees fell down or the limbs fell down haul them like they would their grass or leaves or anything else?
Well, a lot of it will depend on if FEMA covers it.
Right.
And it'll be, hopefully maybe within 2 weeks. Bob and I met with the gentleman from FEMA. And that's something that the council will have to consider. You know, they will reimburse you your expense to pick up your trees. However, if you hire an outside entity to do it, if people bring it in, they'll reimburse them. So that will be a consideration that they'll have to make that. You know, it may be that you want to keep the city crews free, and...
Well, Bob said, I mean, he's got enough to do to spend 2 weeks doing this.
And if we qualify for the FEMA money, that is...
The one caveat, the new caveat is that if they do identify us as a disaster location in the next couple of weeks, they do have one new caveat FEMA requires you to follow. You have to have one of your people on site as they clean. So at least one of our individuals will have to be utilized in that process. That is one of their new little caveats.
Even if we elect to subcontract out one of our people.
That is one of the new rules, brand new rules that FEMA just put into place.
I mean, I understand.
Well, I'm just getting at, you know, I know what Bob has to do.
I just got that communication back from the state telling us that's what FEMA was now communicating.
At this point, that when people call and they ask...
We're doing two things right now. One is we are still doing curbside pickup when the weather permits. Okay. I mean, we can't do it when everything's frozen because you'd be just basically sitting there picking it out of the ice.
We are picking it up right now?
We have been doing some, not a whole lot at this point. The other thing we're doing is if you don't want to wait for us to eventually get to it, the other thing that we've been allowing people to do, and you probably are already aware of this, is we have a drop-off location that people are allowed to utilize just behind the VFW building.
Well, I guess my point on the city doing it is I don't think the city needs to be in that business.
Yeah. One of the things I heard recently was that Carroll was contracting with the prison to have them go onto people's properties and clear limbs away. And of course, there's lots of concerns about...
That would not be covered by FEMA. They have to, he was very specific about that.
Well, and not only that, you have liability concerns. I mean, I'm a little amazed...
that they would put them on somebody's property. Maybe if you took it to a collection area to the end of their property or something like that. But for them to actually go onto their premises...
And that's what the gentleman said. It had to be brought out.
Either way, our plan is not to go onto your property to clean up.
Well, I don't care if they're standing on the curb. I don't think we need to get the city involved with picking up those branches. I think the city employees have enough to do.
What you're saying, Nick, you don't think the property owners bring it out to the curb, and then you're saying we don't need to do...
Why? That's what I'm saying. The city doesn't have to get into the tree picking up business. You know, I think you've got enough to do, Bob, with, look at the... Why, you know, for you to do that and get this town done that way, how many man hours is that going to take?
Oh boy.
That'll be through spring.
I'd say a minimum, well, we could put 5 guys out there and be a minimum 3 weeks.
Most cities are projecting that it is, that I've talked to, is that it will be spring before.
Well, see, my point is, it's not city trees, guys. You know, I don't see where with city employees have to pick up these limbs. I mean, we've got enough expenses and other things that they need to be doing. If FEMA can't do it, as far as I'm concerned, put an ad in the paper and tell them, folks, we can give you a list of people that you can hire.
Yeah, but the point of it is we're going to be involved with it one way or another.
How so?
We have to supply them one person.
No,
from the
if
city employee.
if FEMA doesn't.
FEMA's not gonna do it. FEMA's gonna reimburse you if you hire.
You don't, is that in stone yet?
You will have to wait till they make a determination if we qualify. And
If we
that's-
qualify, I'm saying if we don't qualify, I don't think Bob needs to go out with 5
Oh,
people.
if we don't qualify,
That's all
yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah, if we qualify at
If
that
we
point in
qualify,
time,
that's a whole different-
then that is a whole different story. I mean, it's better off for, it's better for the city to do it, in my opinion, if we qualify.
Yes, I
Than it
agree.
is to give them one person and let them reap the,
I agree. I agree.
what do you call it,
Plus, we
reimbursement
have
or
control
whatever.
over the
No,
job
because
that's
then
being
you
done.
do not get the man hours up. There's more to that. You don't get reimbursed the man hours.
Unless they're
If the
overtime.
city picks them up, no. So you're better off hiring.
Maybe you're better off hiring them.
Well, I'm just saying if FEMA doesn't step in, I don't think the city wants to get involved.
Right,
I don't
Bob?
think the city wants to get involved.
Let's wait until we have that
Yeah,
answer.
let's just wait.